Guys, it's Melissa. Y'all probably forgot about me, but I'm back. Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a long time coming. Yes, I know it's been a minute since you guys seen me, but guys, I've been so busy and Corona sat my ass down, okay? Corona said sit down. Sit down, okay? So if you guys don't know, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'm beautyby_Melissa. I'm a full-time makeup artist, like an actual working MUA, and I've been going on tour, I've been taking clients, I've been so busy doing a lot of stuff. Like January, February, March was busy, and then Corona hit and it just stopped everything. So yeah, I'm here. So yeah, so if you guys don't know, if you guys are living under a rock, everything is shut down right now and I basically am free. I don't have much to do, so I was like, you know what, let me record, let me get back on YouTube because you guys need me, you know, we need each other because I don't have nothing to do, so let's talk. And yeah guys, let's get started. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share this video for somebody that's bored at home, because y'all know y'all not doing anything, so watch me. Hello, I'm gonna help you out. So if you guys see me looking down, mirror, so I'm gonna be using this mirror to help me see what I'm doing. So we're gonna start out with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in brunette. I don't know if you guys can see that. L'Oreal Brow Stylist in brunette. We're gonna use this to outline and fill in the brows. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little powder over my brows just to kind of set that area. It doesn't matter what powder you're using, as long as it's not too dark for your complexion. We're just gonna mattify that area because around my brows I do get oily. I have more oily skin, so we're gonna just set that area and then we're gonna go in with the pencil. So as you guys can see, my brows are kind of weird. I don't have a tail. I had a tail before, but then, you know, it got taken away. Let me stop. Yeah, so the lady that did my brows, she basically, my brows were like this. Half of my brows were gone. I cried, real tears and everything. Like real tears came from my face. I cried, I looked crazy, and it still hasn't fully recovered. I stopped getting my brows done, so I just let them grow out and I'll just tweeze like the little ends. So they don't really have much of a shape. It's just like a little straight line, not much of an arch. So I usually kind of create an arch for myself, and my brows are already pretty full, so I don't like to overly fill them or else I look like Chewbacca. Nobody wants to look like Chewbacca. That is not cute. Okay, all right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and brush my hairs in the direction that they grow in, and then I'm gonna start outlining. So I'm gonna follow my shape pretty closely, but I'm gonna exaggerate like the end of the brow, and I'm gonna create more of an arch for myself because my brows are kind of straight and I want to kind of create that arch. So I'm gonna start from the tail. So then now we're gonna fill it in. So as you guys notice, I don't really have much of a tail. So I'm gonna fill it in like a little bit darker towards the tail. All right, and then when I get to the front, since this is where I have more hairs, I'm not gonna really fill it in too much. I don't like when my brows are too dark. I feel like I look weird. So I don't really fill the front area in too much because I already have enough hairs there. But I focus most of the product on the tail because that's where I'm kind of bold. I'm a little bold. And now I'm gonna go conceal. So I'm gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape concealers. I'm gonna be using Deep and Tan Deep Sand. So I'm gonna mix the two for the bottom, and then for the top, I'm gonna use more of the deep. So I'm gonna be using my Brazilian Tools. This brush is like been through it, but this Brazilian Tools 936 brush, as you guys can see, is very thin, so it helps me to apply the concealer really precise, and I like a really defined brow. All right, so let's go ahead and blend this out. So I'm gonna be using this brush right here. This is a Real Technique brush. Okay, it says dark area correcting brush, but any brush that looks like this, like a dome brush that's dense, you can use that to blend out the concealer. And we're just gonna be tapping. Tap, 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 tap on that lid. All right, and you don't need to get too close to the concealer because the Tarte does dry to a matte finish. So I'm just gonna blend out the edges because you don't want that to dry harsh. Then you're gonna be real tight if you left with a harsh line. That is not cute, honey, not cute. All right, guys. Now the bottom of our brows is completely concealed. Now we're gonna move on to the top, and remember we're gonna be using the deep by itself. So I'm gonna put it on my palette. So yeah, let's get to the top. So we're gonna do the tail. So with the tail, I like it to be like skinny, like this is a little fat. So you're gonna see as I go down, I'm gonna kind of bring the brush in so then I can cut some of this off and make my tail nice and skinty, okay? Okay guys, so I'm gonna go back to the brush and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. And then we're gonna use brow gel, L'Oreal Brow Stylist. We're gonna use this all over the brows. So we're gonna brush the very front of the brow upwards and then we're gonna go over. Just to make sure the hairs are laying in the same direction. And then also once this sets, it kind of makes the brows a little hard, so it keeps all the hairs in place. I love brow gel. Like, what is life without brow gel? All right, guys, the brows are finished. Finished. July. So first we need a primer, so we're gonna be using Helen E. There we go. Helen E primer. This primer only comes in one shade. So this is what we're gonna be using from right here. So I'm gonna get like a pea-sized amount. Ooh, wig, I felt my wig coming all the way back. Hopefully I didn't see anything. We're gonna put this on our eyelids. Make sure this is recording. All right, and I'm gonna bring it into my crease. Okay, so this is the Morphe M441 and the Morphe M513. One is a little bit bigger than the other. And then we're gonna go in with this Morphe 3502 palette. No, 3503 palette, I'm sorry guys. 35. So I'm first gonna start with a warmish kind of brown color right here. We're gonna start right here with this color and we're gonna be using that as my transition. So as you guys know, if you guys watch my previous tutorials, I like to tap. So we're gonna start in the middle and we're basically gonna work this eyeshadow around the eyes. And I'm gonna start building this color up slowly. So I'm starting a little bit further down into my crease. And as I get that product off my brush, I'm just gonna start bringing that eyeshadow up closer to the brows. And this helps so that you don't have too much eyeshadow underneath the brow bone. You don't want it to where it's like, it looks like your eyeshadow is like like really on the brow bone. You want it to be blended into the brow bone. So I always recommend to start a little bit further into the middle of the eye and work the eyeshadow upwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build up on that color. I'm gonna start in the middle again. So when I say build up, that means add more. So I'm adding more product to my brush. And I'm gonna build up on that color. And I'm just gonna be repeating the same steps that we did before. So as you guys can see, I'm having like a nice swash of color on my eyes. Nothing too much. Perfect. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our second color. I'm only gonna be using 2 crease colors, which is this one right here. It's like a really nice orangey brown color, right? And we're gonna apply this in the same area. So we're gonna start in the middle of the eye, just a little bit further down, and we're gonna build on that color by building into the crease first. I'm always building into the crease first, and then I'm gonna gradually bring my eyeshadow color up. So we're gonna get that color into the crease, get it nice and pigmented, how you want the color payoff to be. And then I'm gonna start working my eyeshadow up. But this time when I go up, I'm not gonna fully cover that first color. I'm just gonna overlap it. And now we're gonna go with that first brush, and we're just gonna get like a little bit of that first color, and we're only gonna blend where the 2 colors meet, because this is where I really want the eyeshadows to be nice and faded. I don't want to get that first color too much in that crease, because I don't want to lighten the crease and then I'm gonna have to add more color. So to avoid doing that, we're only gonna focus the first color only where they meet, and then we're just gonna lightly go over that area. So for the lid color, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my P. Louise base. What color is this? The Rumor in 02. I'm gonna be placing this on the lid. Just like this. And you wanna make sure to place it high enough, especially if you have hooded eyes. I don't know if you guys can see. I placed it a little bit just above my hood. So then that way when you open your eyes, you can see all your hard work. So I'm gonna start in the middle, and I'm using the same brush that I used to blend out my eyebrow concealer. And I'm placing it on the lid, and I'm just gonna be spreading it around. So we're gonna be using this Helen E glitter pigment. It's like really fine glitter. I'm gonna use this kind of like as a base. Zoom. Come on, zoom. There we go. So as you can see, it's like little fine glitters. So we're gonna place this using a this is not Morphe. This is a Crown C510 brush. It's like a flat shading brush. Zoom. There we go. Right? So we're gonna use that to apply the glitter pigment. So I'm gonna put this all over my lid, and you don't need glue for this. So the base is tacky enough to hold this glitter pigment. So I'm not using no type of glue. I'm just applying it straight to the base. Oh, this is so pretty, pretty, pretty. So this is kind of like a champagne gold situation going on here. So I'm gonna apply this product right on my lid. We have that on there. And then now we're gonna put a pigment on top of this. Isn't this so pretty, guys? Well, the sunsets. Listen, don't judge my nails. The nail salons are closed, okay? So I get a pass. Don't judge me, judge your mama. Okay. But yeah, guys, we gonna look rough. Rough for the next few weeks, because we ain't got nowhere to go. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the lid, right on top of the glitter. Well, the glitter pigment. That's what they call it, a glitter pigment. Now, after we apply this pigment, we're gonna use the brush that we used in the crease with some eyeshadow, and we're just gonna get around the edges of the eyeshadow. So then that way, everything could blend together, because we want this to be more of like a seamless look. Everything to be blended. And then I'm gonna go into that crease brush with that same crease color. And then I'm just gonna lightly go around the edges of the eyeshadow just to make sure the whole thing is blended. So I'm gonna go ahead one more time with the pigment, and I'm just gonna make sure to add it around the edges, and just to be sure that I didn't lose out on any color and that it looks really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna use MAC Teddy Icon. We're gonna use that in our lash line. So this is like a nice brown liner. I know you're not supposed to do this to your eye, but I need to get this on. I don't do this too much. So I'm gonna just apply it on the lash line. And I'm not gonna worry about making it too neat because I do want this to look smoky. And I'm gonna go over top of it with an eyeshadow. So this is basically gonna be our base, because we are gonna apply some eyeshadow on top. And then I'm gonna use like a definer brush. This is from Morphe M432, right? So we're gonna use a brush like that. And then we're gonna go into the darkest brown in the eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna use, I'm actually mixing this color and this color right here, and we're gonna apply this in the same area that we did the coastal, no, it's not coastal reach, the Teddy. I'm gonna be using Ibiza on the lower lash line. So they say you can use this on the lower lash line. So they do go on pretty easily, as you guys can see. So no problem with it going on. And it's like very pigmented. So that's good. So I'm putting a little bit of the micellar water right here on the baby wipe, and I'm using this to remove the excess glitter. Thank you guys so much for watching part 1. Part 2 will be uploaded tomorrow, and it's going to be on how I get my flawless foundation routine. Bye guys.